Recorded, ready to go.
All right. Hey guys, everyone, thank you for being here today. Um, this is going to be a different kind of call than we're used to having on our Thursdays as a mastermind. This is a mastermind, but it's a mastermind for knowledge for all of you. One thing I know is when one of us speaks, you don't hear it. When another speaks, you hear it. It's got to come from the right person, right? We were just talking about that earlier. I love it. So we all have these things that's called email that we don't look at. And we also have these things that are called workplace we don't look at, and we have the world we don't look at. So George and I wanted to come from an informational perspective today to give you some great thoughts and great things that are happening with the company. Um, it's just it's so amazing that our competitors are the ones that are helping us. And let me elaborate on that a little bit. See, a lot of our competitors out there are imitating our model and making it a little bit better or more presentable for them, right? And it's attracting people, whether it's a split, whether it's a whatever it is. So what eXp has heard, and it's kind of cool, and what Glenn has heard is our competitors from a platform model that he's designed, have shaped it to be attractive and felt like there was some things that needed to be more attractive with our platform, with our structure and everything else. And I'm thrilled and super excited about this. Number one, it's going to help me. Number two, it's going to help you guys. And it's not just about revenue share, it's about the collaboration and all the changes happening in leadership as well. So I'm kind of going to dig into a few things that are going to give you some perspective on why you're in the right place and what incentives are coming your way if you choose to take advantage of them. We're in the real estate business to sell real estate. Now, that is your number one goal, is to sell real estate. This platform is designed to help us sell more real estate. We're going to be talking about a few different things that is an additional incentive. Some of the wealthiest real estate people I know in the industry always say you have to have multiple streams of what?
Income.
Income. And if you don't have multiple streams of income, you are unemployed after your next closing, correct? We've all heard that. So what Glenn has done is he's created this model for us to have within the company multiple streams of income without paying massive amounts of money for, an office and all this other stuff. So we're going to dig into that with you guys. So
Tom,
George,
let me
you
jump
want
in
to?
real quick on this.
Yeah,
I think
go ahead.
I want to give you guys a little bit of background. So what we're going to do when we're all said and done, you're going to have a kind of an idea of what has changed immediately, also what is coming. But I wanted to tell you how this came about.
Mhm.
Because we're incredibly transparent, we have, and when I say we, I mean collectively, a lot of real estate professionals that we're in business with, that we're all partners with, Tom, myself included, we have been communicating with our chief visionary officers, our CEO at this point, with Glenn, with all these people saying, hey, listen, we've got some struggles that need to be addressed. Our chief learning officer, who we kidnapped from KW and Century 21, is awesome. There are so many things coming down the pipe. This is the beginning because it was quite honestly the easiest to do instantly and made the most financial sense for everybody. But this isn't the extent of it. There is so much more that is 1000% business forward, more sales, more tools, more technology, more skill sets, more learning. You are the only reason this company is in place, is because each agent should sell the most amount of homes humanly possible by themselves. And that's the focus. This is going to seem like it's not, but I promise you, it's just the start of what's coming. And thank you for Tom, who has been extremely vocal with leadership saying we need more. So y'all put your cameras on. If you've got questions, put them in the chat box, raise your hand. We'll get to everything. I promise we've got some examples of what this looks like and what's coming. And Tom, with that, I just wanted to set it up and let everybody know that their voice matters.
Yeah, no, 100%, guys. Just so you know, um, I consider when I talk about when someone says, "Oh, I'm just a nobody," I'm new to the company. I'm just a nobody. I haven't brought anybody to the company. Let me just tell you something. I send Glenn multiple emails and chats, Leo Pereira, Michael Valdez, and for the last, I don't know, 8, 9 months, I've been hearing what's been going on and seeing, and I submitted a letter to them that was pretty direct and very to the point. George, am I correct? And I don't mind telling everyone exactly what that is.
No, sorry, you're good. But yeah, it was a very, very candid letter that was just heartfelt.
Yeah, and they've all replied and said, "We hear you, and we've heard it from many others. Please hold on. We are making these massive changes." And as they roll out, it's like, I told them to do that. No, it wasn't just me, it was multiple people. So when you feel that there's something of extreme importance, you have the opportunity to send Glenn a message through a workplace chat, send him an email, send Leo. I highly recommend you start with Leo, and then, Amy Weaver now just got promoted to senior growth director. So she is the one in charge of all of the growth leaders. So these are people that you can actually reach out to. And by the way, state brokers and stuff. So anyways, I'm going to dig in, George. I'm going to start right now, and then I'm going to hand it over to you. Or
Okay, Tom, couple things just as you're going through it. I definitely want to talk about my.exp Realty, and I'm definitely going to go through an example of what the change looks like. So just feather that in as you need to, okay?
Yeah. So, by the way, if you're not utilizing your my.exp Realty, you start having that as a guide for you. Download it as an app. And
Let me jump in with that then, Tom, because I've got it pulled up. I'll share.
go
I'll
ahead.
take
Yeah,
you through
please
this.
do. Go ahead.
All right. For everybody on the call, this is something where everything is going right here. This is my.exp
Can you
Realty.
do the share screen? Show
Yeah,
them.
I'm sharing my screen right now. This is
Okay.
my.exprealty.com. It's available on your computer. It's available on your phone. Bottom line, couple things. There's so much good information through this whole thing. Your taxes in here, your year end, your mentor program, your team, revenue share is in here. By the way, if you click on revenue share, it will show you, well, that's none of that's relevant. What we're looking for is home. Sorry, wrong screen. This is your entire upline. Here's their phone number. There's their email. Reach out to them. Everybody here has these people that are part of your business. Getting started. Y'all know, or you should know, about the GPS Global Partner Checklist. It is in entirety here. This is a much better version. It has how long it takes. Everything you need to get set up in eXp is right here in the Getting Started tab, and it's available for everybody. What's new with eXp in the home section, excuse me, it's on the home button. Quick links, what's new with eXp? So much good information in here. Please dive into this. It is a resource with everything, and it's available for us, and it's only getting better. They have done an amazing job with this for all of us. Tom, back to you.
Yeah, no, and by the way, you got your training calendar in there, you got everything in there. So I'm gonna share my screen now, George, and then dive into this here. So everyone gets an email, everyone received an email from Glenn Sanford, okay? And if you did not take a look at that email, I'd go back and look at that, but I'm gonna kind of go through it with you right now. So he talks about the changes that are happening, right? And then he's got a quick little video there. And what's changing? The introduction of revenue share pool is changing dramatically, guys. And here's what the benefit is. There's many of us who have agents in levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever it may be, and you weren't currently getting your fair share of the the revenue from those levels because you didn't have them opened up. Well, here's the thing, guys. Level 1, 2, and 3 are automatic right now.
Hey, Tom,
Yeah.
I've got a calculator pulled up. You want me to showcase it?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay,
It's
cool.
going to be great because then they can actually see.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. I'll stop you on the share and I'll jump in real quick. All right. So as Tom was talking about, level one, if you had anybody on level one, you'd receive revenue share up to 25 or $2,800. By the way, that just changed. The first year, if you're sponsoring an agent, just as a heads up for everybody, the first year the agent is with eXp, you get up to $4,000 for that agent's production. And how it's done is the 80-20 split until they cap. You get a percentage. In this case, 25% of the money paid into company dollar goes to you as their direct sponsor. Okay, that's a new thing. Normally it was 2,800, and we're going to use 2,800 as our example. So what I'll do is I'm going to share this with you. By the way, this revenue share calculator is available to everybody. I will drop it in the chat in just a couple of seconds. Now, this is the first line. So if you sponsor one agent, and that agent sells, we're going to use as our example, 4 homes at about $325,000. Because you sponsored that agent, you will receive every year that they sell that much, you're going to receive a benefit because you're the one that helped grow the company. It's the way eXp says, hey, thank you for helping us grow. Okay, that benefit to you because they didn't sell a full, they're not fully capping, is going to be about $100 or $1,100 plus or minus. Here's the fun part. To receive the benefit from the second level agents, the agents that this agent sponsored, you would have needed previously 5 agents that qualified. You don't need any now. You get the benefit no matter what. And the agents they sponsored, you would have needed 10. You don't need any now. You get the benefit. Here's the example. You sponsor one agent. Let's say for our conversation, that agent is Rich Gannon. Rich, I'm going to call you out just because you're right here. Rich sponsors 2 agents. No, you don't need anything to benefit from these 2 agents. And these 2 agents sponsor 2 agents each as well, or one sponsors 1 and one sponsors 3. Either way, we're now, let's say, a year into this. Now, the average agent, Rich is a capping agent, but the average agent only sells 4 homes a year, about $32,000 in GCI. You have one agent who sponsored 2, which you actually receive benefit for, who sponsored 2 more each, which you receive benefit for. So you have a total of 7 agents in your revenue share that you receive benefit for. And if those agents sell $325,000 and they all sell 4 homes on average, your revenue share for the year is $6,900. You do not need to sponsor anybody except for Rich, and Rich then sponsors a couple and they sponsor, and it's going to continue to grow. I am living testament that it grows without your actual involvement. And here's the philosophy, and I'll come back to this in a second because there's more to it. The mission behind it is my passion, and I know I speak for Tom's. How can we help somebody be great? Now, your job isn't necessarily to do that. Your job is to sell homes. eXp as a whole has a commitment with who they're bringing on with our chief learning officer, who we kidnapped from places. We are doing so many things to make the path to success irresponsible to be anywhere else. These guys, I've had Leo's a friend of mine. We've known each other we got into Fannie Mae together. He's a brilliant man. The way they're taking this is it's all about you being great. And what they've just said is, listen, the people that you help, we're going to make sure that you can't leave, because if you sponsor everybody here, if you help one agent be great and bring them into the fold, help grow the company, basically be a broker owner, as it were, you're going to get rewarded on the people they help and the people they help. Now, I'm going to go back to this and then I'll turn it back over to you, Tom, because this is relevant as well. By the way, this entire conversation is recorded. It'll be under today's date. You can search Tom Martin in the title as well. It says eXp Updates. It's in our YouTube page, which is the GPS Global Partners YouTube page, as well as the Icon Academy in Workplace. So let's take a look at some of the other quick changes. Now, previously, you used to have 5 agents to qualify for your second level agents. That's gone, 0. You used to have 10 for your third level. That's gone, 0. For your fourth level, you needed 15. It's now 5. For your fifth level, you needed 20. It's now 10. For your sixth level, 30 or 25. And now they are keeping the main level, the big level at this, but it's so far beyond. Don't even worry about that. It doesn't matter. There is a secondary income in here with a commitment for everybody at a maximum of 20 minutes a week, maybe. And simply by saying, hey, how can I help you be better today? That's the philosophy behind it. The benefit is now available to every one of you. You deserve it. We all deserve it. We earn it every day. This is huge. Tom, back to you.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of go back to what you said about the $6,900 from bringing just the one and then bringing two and two like that there if they sell 4 homes. By the way, guys, we're in the business to sell homes, so just think about this. Imagine getting $500 a month on average. You could put that into your marketing budget. You can calculate that off of your cap or whatever you do. That I was with KW 17 years. And I still have several hundred in my downline there. And last year I made $5,200. Okay. And majority of the people that I brought into the company were brought in by other agents. So guys, you guys are the frontliners with the other realtors, and every realtor out there right now, I would say about 60 to 70% of all the realtors out there are extremely vulnerable to make a change because they need a change based on the complacency of their company or their discomfort of what's going on in their company. Some people have felt that way about us too. So here's the thing. You're directly responsible for the business that you produce, no one else. So here's the systems, tools, and models. So I'm going to dig right back into that email and kind of jump down there, George. So I just want to kind of dig into a few things here.
Please
Go ahead.
go ahead, Tom.
So on that email, why the changes and everything else, there's graphs and everything that's going to show you. So there's no complication in understanding it. And then empowering agents with new incentives. So right now we're seeing a mass influx of small brokerages merging in with us. And there's I think there's 3 Remax office, 2 to 3 Remax office in the state of Florida that are actually in the process of onboarding right now because their franchise have expired, and they're bringing their whole brokerage over. And here's and I got that information because we had lunch with one of our brokers who told us, and she said, I just can't tell you who it is or where it is, but we're in the transition period. And I said, Remax? She says, yeah. They're because of our platform, it's simplifying their processes and making it so much easier. And she goes, by the way, the agent who brought them over has only been in the business less than a year. She just, it was a lady, she presented it to the broker owner, and he presented it to the other few broker owners that were in their franchise 6 months of expiration. So there's franchise infringements you got to be careful of. So the reason these changes have happened is because we've been talking about it. This is a success path for the agents that Glenn has looked at and said, hey, these changes need to be done. By the way, Leo has been a big pusher on this as well. So what we can do is there's a toolkit available in your email that you can click on. And by clicking on that toolkit, I'm going to go right to the toolkit for you guys here. That's going to give you a great understanding. So here's the toolkit. I'm empowering your long-term success. And this is, guys, this is nothing I want anyone to think, oh, I'm going to stop production and do this. Don't do that. What I'm saying is use this as your consistent relationship builder with your other agents, and just say, hey, would you like look at this? Go ahead, Rich. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, so two things that I think are pretty important here. All of these changes to rev share are a benefit to us. And you and George have said this multiple times, right? Like this is not a stop selling real estate type of thing. This is a supplement to what we're doing. And I've been with the company now since September 5th of 2023, right? So what is that? 5, 4, 7, 8 months.
Yeah.
Here's what I can share with you. And this is why this is a piece of the conversation that you can have talking about why EXP. It's not about revenue share. We don't join EXP for revenue share. We join EXP because it's a platform that has been built to help an agent build a better and more sustainable business. If I look at my business year to date thus far, since I've been with EXP, I am up 50% in sales volume and 66% in units sold compared to last year.
Holy smokes.
Guys, the market is down in most places. The market sucks. You hear this, right? Nobody's buying houses. Nobody's selling houses. Guys, the testament here, this is not to toot my own horn because I am not awesome. The testament is the platform that EXP has given me and my business to thrive. That's the story. The benefit is revenue share, right? Agents want to be around successful agents.
Right.
When we tell the story of here's a team that was at a different company that since they've joined EXP in the first 7 months, their business is up 50% in volume and 66% in units. That's a story to tell on why the platform, right? So all of this is great, and I appreciate for you guys diving into this. What I don't want people to hear is stop selling real estate, focus on rev share. The goal is sell real estate, rev share will come.
100.
Right? Rev share will come naturally as a byproduct of us selling real estate because people. So success begets success, and people want to run with people that are doing a really great thing.
100%. Rich, thank you for bringing that up. And you know what? If you're talking to another agent about rev share versus growth of their business, you're missing the biggest opportunity. This is we are a real estate company focused on growth of your business. And by the way, if you come over here just focusing on the rev share, it may take a long time or may take a short time. It's up to your finances to make that decision. But I would say, just like Rich said, utilize the platform, the systems, the tools, and the models, and then the people will come. This is so important, I feel, for us as agents with this company to see a future benefit from what we're already doing. Okay. We're not saying become a recruiter. We're saying invite an agent to one of the classes, invite an agent to look at the world, invite an agent to look at the platform. That is what you're saying. They're not going to join because there's a revenue stream. They're going to join because they want to grow their real estate business. And we know that has been a conversation for our competitors to say, if you go there, you're a recruiter. No, every company is a recruiter. The person who benefits is the broker, not the agent. Okay. So it talks about, and through this here, Glenn actually has an amazing video that really talks about why he made the changes, why it was important for the agents, and why this is going to put more benefit to you guys as a reward. By the way, people don't stay because of a revenue share. People stay because of the benefits they're receiving and your acknowledgement is directly reflected financially every month, right? So if you've got an agent and you look at your revenue share and go, holy cow, I got some money there. If they're brand new agents, it's going to take a little bit of time. So we got the graphics on exactly how to clarify that when you are sitting down for yourself. By the way, this is not a demonstration platform for to go out and go, hey, Rich, I know you were ABC Realty. You got to look at this revenue share stream because it's going to make you wealthy. No, Rich's concern is how am I going to triple my business to give the best life possible for my 2 boys and my family? Okay. It talks about the FLQAs and then, the pay now guys, and I'm going to pull this up real quick for you. The pay now explanation. Did it transfer over? Can you see it? Okay. So the pay now button, like if you do have revenue share coming in because you have people below you, let's say you are in need of wanting to get that money right then and there. There's actually a pay now button. Click that pay. I did it last night. I didn't go through the process, but I click the pay now. I'm like, holy cow, you can get it immediately. It's at your demand and there's no cost to you. So if you desire and you see X amount of dollars there and you go, holy cow, I can use that right now, you can pull it and there's no penalty. There's no penalties. So the pay now is a game changer that lets you withdraw from your anticipated next revenue check for $1 intro transaction fee. So I'm sorry, it does cost you $1. Okay. Yes, you heard it. Instant payment at your fingertips. Okay. All right. Here's how it works. Head to the revenue share section. Right there where it says the next upcoming, there's a blue tab right for you to click on that there. So that's there for you. Right now, also, as these changes have happened with the revenue share, there's a lot of leadership changes as well. So keep an eye on those and look who your leaders are. They're your resource to help you. If you haven't reached out to an Amy Weaver or Sean Murphy or Russ Lagan, by the way, Russ Lagan's going to be doing the Thursday call next week on 3 ways to get instant business through your database, similar to what Rich is doing tomorrow. So it'll be next Thursday. And by the way, Russ is now promoted to a vice president of growth as well. So keep an eye on those and reach out to your leaders. Reach out to them as they're and say, hey, what changes are coming up that I can be aware of for my business to grow my business? What changes are coming into my KV core? What changes are coming into my state? So in Florida, this isn't state centric here. Everyone's in different states here. But I even have a lot of the agents here in Florida go, hey, what's going on at eXp this week or this month? I said, have you looked at your email? And they said, no. We have an email that goes out from our state broker, and it is massively long with more value than you can ever imagine on training, changes. In Florida, you will no longer have to have the broker sign your listing agreement. Yeah.
Tom, we every state sends an email very similar. I get Ohio's and Florida's since I'm licensed in both states. So it's part of the compliance that each broker has to have for the companies, and the information varies based on state, obviously. But each state does have a broker email.
That's fantastic. So there's a lot of great information on there, and I'm sure they're consistent throughout each state, just unless it's state classes going on. Rich, there's a question from Krista Kohler, and I think it's important that we kind of get to that. Share which parts of the platform you mostly use. I do feel we have an amazing platform, which I use, but many agents get overwhelmed with it and then they don't do anything with it. See, sometimes we don't give ourselves enough time to fail to succeed. So when people are looking at platforms, they think they're overwhelmed versus trying to figure out how to use it. So Krista was asking you, which platform do you mostly use that's been beneficial to the growth of your business?
So Workplace, I utilize Workplace a ton. Because I'm licensed in 2 states, both here in Ohio and in Florida. There's a number of referrals that we pass back and forth that I wasn't able to do otherwise at my previous brokerage. eXp University has been massive for our growth and for our success because they have different trainings and different things that I feel are easier for a couple of the agents on the team to utilize. One thing that I really like is that it works on mobile, so you can jump in and utilize that. The business model itself, though, is one of the things that I've found most attractive in my earning opportunities, and I say that because at my previous brokerage, it was, hey, we need you to go to this, and we need you to be here, and then you need to go to this, and then you need to go to that. And we spent so much time focusing on non-business building opportunities that it almost became debilitating because there were all of these like things that didn't benefit my business. One of the biggest things that I love and that I have valued, one, are these calls, right? These calls within the group.
Tom.
Because of that. The other piece is, it's very easy to go in and get lost with all of the tools and technology and the systems and all of those things. What I love most is that I can eat that elephant one bite at a time, and there's not anything that's going to get in the way of my success other than myself. So, Krista, I don't know if that answers your question. And I'm looking now that I've pulled up the chat, I can see, Michelle, does that answer your question as well in terms of some of those things? If it does, awesome. If not, go ahead and we can connect offline if you want, or we can chat at a later detail. I don't want to take away from Tom and George here this morning.
Listen, you're not
Thanks,
taking away
Rich.
from Tom and George right now. This is important because this is a call about growth of their business. And if you're if you're directly, succeeding at that, Rich, at the level that you are, this call can get redirected real quick because it's about what's beneficial to the agents. Krista, go ahead. I see your mic is off.
Hi guys, thank you, Rich. No, I appreciate that. I do ask because I do use the platform, and I did feel that coming from another brokerage to this brokerage, I dove into it. And I want to say this because, like you said, with referral, probably 7 transactions out of my 27 last year were referrals from other agents within eXp. So that's a huge part of my business. But I'm on Workplace. I have my notifications on. I have a system. I send emails, texts. It's like a lead, right? So I've been trying to teach others within my organization how to fish for those referrals because there's so many opportunities. But you have to learn how to get them. And then, I do feel like at the end of the day, we're in sales. We just have to, the platform is not going to magically, at least for me, the platform is not going to magically increase your revenue by 50% on your business. It's you. It's what you do with it. So we have to take responsibility, if that makes sense.
Well,
I just
and
want to clarify that.
I'll piggyback off of that. Success is our responsibility, right? My success is my responsibility. Your success is your responsibility. And being in this company allows us access to some of the brightest and top people in our industry. I got a DM in the chat that just wanted some context as to where I was in 2023 and where I'm at today, and I'll share that with you. I ended my personal production in 2023 was 43 units for 12.8 million. Now I'm in Cleveland. Okay, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. So in order for me to sell $13 million, I gotta hustle it out. Year to date, right now, I'm at 24 units for 7.6 million. So there, I always want to give you that context because I feel context is important in understanding what that is. So I hope that helps provide clarity to the tools and the systems and the platform that we have afforded while being here.
No, 100%. I agree. I agree. Thank you.
I always go to an analogy of a roofer, right? I know the old time roofers used to have hammers and nails, right? And they can slam a hammer one time on that nail. What happened is when the nail gun came out, it became more effective. It was faster, it was easier, blah, blah, and they could do the roof quicker, right? And it would improve their income. It's the same thing with our real estate business. The systems and the tools are giving us the freedom of time to conduct more business. So if you're utilizing the platform and the systems and the tools, you're actually freeing up your time to get more business. because we overcomplicate trying to find business on our own versus using our platform systems, tools, and models to get that business. And then letting our a compliance platform do its work versus us trying to do it on our own. Letting a transaction coordinator handle it versus us doing it on our CRM, let it do its work versus us trying to come up with the content. A website that's fully operable versus us trying to monitor the website. Those are all things that are, the platforms and the tools that I think might be in addition to where the freedom of time to get more business has been the success for Rich.
I mean, that's a lot of it, right? Like the cost of sales of being here is significantly less than other places, right? So there's more money that can go to the bottom line. There's more tools that are available to us. Guys, I don't think that we realize how great of a company we're at. And some of us that have been to other places, right? We come here and we're like, holy crap, this is an amazing opportunity. For those of us that have only been here, I think you have to look at and have conversations with folks that have been other places, right? Because the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's the grass is green where you water it. And what I'll share with you is a lot of times when it looks greener, it's because it's got some BS mixed into it. So I'd be happy to have that conversation if you wanted to chat through. I don't want to take over any of this where we have a lot more to go through. So thank you for giving that opportunity.
Thank you. I love where this went because again, this is about growth of your business, not just about the revenue share. The revenue share is an additional reward for you if you take advantage of it. And by the way, take advantage of it utilizing someone like Rich, myself, or George, or DJ, or Curtis, or anybody who's been in the industry of recruiting, and what to say, because knowing exactly what to say is the key. Inviting people to classes, inviting people to the masterminds, inviting people to grow their business, then they're going to want to gravitate to you. There's no one that's going to join a company because it has revenue share. I'm just telling you, they're just not going to do it. They're going to join a company because you're pouring into them that their broker's not. Okay. So that's what, if your purpose is to look at someone and go, I can make $4,000 from them, versus, hey, I'd love to make an impact in their life and see what kind of partnership we can have in the near future, that will get you a lot further. That'll get you a lot further. So these changes that have happened on the rev share side is just the beginning to what's happening for the education, for the systems, for the tools, for the collaboration only. This is just the beginning. New things are getting ready to roll out. So I didn't want this to be a call just on rev share changes. I'm glad that Rich jumped in on this because this is truly about the growth of your business. George, go ahead.
Thanks, Tom.
You got the rest of it.
Yeah. All right. So listen, a couple things. I've had these conversations with different people within the company, and they're soliciting, what do we do? How do we make it better? What's going on? Not from me, but just me, but from a lot of different people. So our voices are being heard and changes are coming. Well, when Leo got promoted, Leo Perea, our CEO, got promoted, I sent him a text. I'm like, congratulations, this is amazing. And I had a couple questions in there that I took some liberty, and I figured, what the heck, I can ask him. And his response was, let's just say that like minds think alike. Well, without divulging what he was talking about, it was, where's our training going? Because we need to be a heck of a lot more. Well, Leo has been a visionary on this for the last year, because he and I have had conversations prior to his being promoted. And I'm like, we need this. He goes, talk to this person. We need this. He goes, talk to this person. And these persons start calling. Changes are happening quickly. We are all about in this, and I'm very comfortable saying this, we are all about pathways for success that are exclusive to you guys, to us, where they're exclusive on our ability to be successful, that this brokerage is going to provide more opportunities for success than any other brokerage out there. Our leadership is the best of the best. Leo was a top under 30, top agent in the world for a couple of years. The guy is unbelievably talented. Our chief learning officer, absolutely amazing. Mike Valdez in growth, terrific. But I'm selfish. I'm interested in me. So I want to bring up one more thing, and then we'll open it up for any conversations that anybody has. I did a video yesterday where I was analyzing stuff, and most of y'all haven't done this. I haven't lived through this. I got in real estate in 2002. I lived through 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Holy crap. And I mapped it out and I studied it. I talked to Tom about this yesterday. He and I were having a conversation about it. I'm here to tell you, buyer agent commission ain't going nowhere. We are going to be in a position where there is going to be, in my very, very educated opinion, there are going to be more homes on the market. We will have a more balanced opportunity to have inventory available. Things won't be selling right away. And for anybody that's a little long in the tooth like I am, that means sellers are going to say, you do whatever you need to do. I want my home sold. Offer that. Offer the buyer agent support because it broadens the spectrum of people. Buyer sides, and I would have disagreed with this a couple months ago. Buyer sides ain't going anywhere. In fact, this is an opportunity to take massive market share. In 2004 through 2005, 6, 7, our market went through this huge bump. We're doing it again. I'm going to cover it next Wednesday. I'm going to break down the numbers for you. I am here to tell you, I'm willing to bet a ton on this, that it will be decidedly a harder market, but the opportunities are great. And for those willing to do the work and become an expert and really hone your skills, no more order taking. I was an order taker. I'm paying the price right now. But if you're willing to put in the effort, if you've got a great company behind you that says, listen, we're going to give you the tools you need, this is where you're going to make your mark. And I guarantee it will change the future of your life for 10 years. 2 years of effort, 10 years of results. I'm living proof of it. I promise you this. This is a golden opportunity, and buyer sides aren't going away. That's what I had to add. Tom, you and I talked about that. Would you agree based on the analysis I was telling you yesterday?
100%, 100%. Listen, we've been through many different challenging markets and everything else. And I always go back to my son as an example, because they're buying a home right now they're selling their home where they're at 2.75, and they're buying a home where they're going to be close to 7% interest rate. So just because the interest rates are changed, if you're not in that home long term, then that's, people need to move. So, and it's just like automobiles, there was a lot of automobiles you could buy at 1.9% financing. Now it's 7 or 8% for a new vehicle. People are doing it. Why? There's a need. There's a need for it. So it's a necessity that is needed, and you just have to go out and create the conversation. You have to be the one. And again, I keep going back to this thing, and I work with several of the agents in person on Fridays. I told them all to reach out to their entire database, start texting them all and going, hey, congratulations for owning your home for 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. You have a massive amount of equity. I'd love to send you an equity report so you can update your net worth. Hey, I noticed you bought your home 4 years ago. Is this your forever home? By the way, people who bought 4 and 3 years ago, they had limited choices, so they just bought because they had to have a home. Okay, now they actually have choices where there's more inventory available. I looked at our, if your MLS is affiliated with RPR, I highly recommend you go to your RPR and your MLS. And on that front page, it tells you months of inventory, the amount of inventory, and it talks about the market trends there. I was blown away and surprised when I looked at that the other day. We have 5 months of inventory. We have 3,500 available listings in Volusia County in the Daytona MLS, when 3 years ago, there was less than 700. Okay, there's 5 times more inventory than there were 3 years ago. Is it a seller's market like it was? No. There's a meter there. It's called a temperature gauge. Look at that temperature gauge. It is dead center. There's more negotiation opportunities for a buyer than there has ever been in the last 6 years or so. So really dig into that and look at that temperature gauge. Also, when you're meeting with a seller or a buyer, show them that as well. Show the sellers that prices have not gone up 25% in the last 12 months. They've only increased maybe 1 or 2%. That's facts. Maximum 3 to 4%, maybe 5 in certain areas. And it'll also show sellers, okay, the average home sells at 95% of the list value. So now there's 5% negotiation room. It's also going to tell you when you're working with your buyer, hey, if you see a home for 400,000, you might be able to negotiate 5%, but there's probably a small chance you will not be able to. So find the motivated, find the people, and that's where we can go back to our systems, tools, and models, right? If you go into your database and you go to your sphere of database, you can send a quick email or a quick text to them and just say, hey, I know that you've purchased your home prior to 2000, whatever. Would you like a home equity analysis? Hey, what have you heard about the new guidelines with commissions? Would you like to talk about it? If you're interested in buying or selling, it will affect you. Get in front of it. DJ, I'm sorry, I didn't even see your hand up. Go ahead.
That's okay. I just wanted to share something that happened yesterday with one of my coaching clients. He was telling me that this lady bought a house on Siesta Key a year and a half ago, and she's thinking about buying it or selling it. So he met with her and he did the, CMA and whatever, and it was worth less than it was that she paid for it. So he went in and told her all the reasons that she shouldn't sell right now. So I think that one of the things that we need to be aware of is a mindset change, because just like you said, people sell for different reasons. And when I said, maybe she did need to sell, maybe she needs to move, she got a job offer, maybe she's getting a divorce, maybe she's marrying somebody new and they're buying a new house. But he said to me, I talked her out of selling that house. And that's just something that with everything, we have to think, what is our market? What is our mindset with all of this? How can we help people by asking questions?
DJ, that's so important that you said that, right? We're in the sales, and we're in sales, and the product is real estate. How do you be the best salesperson possible is by asking questions, not by telling and talking over, right? We can't identify the needs and the motivation with telling people how great we are versus asking them what's important to them. Some of the most successful people in the world are not talkers, they're listeners. Right? You got to listen. One of the wisest things I've heard from a gentleman just speaking recently was Ed Milet said, be present, listen, and ask as many questions as possible, and you will thrive. You will thrive. Someone just put a question. Tom, one of the objections I'm facing, and that is a break for some homeowners to sell their home, is not only the interest rate, but also the capital gain. How do you answer to that objection? So here's what I'm going to say. That was just a personal one to me, but I'm going to just address that right now. If it's a primary residence and they've owned it over 2 years, and they've gained over 250,000 for a single person, they'll pay a capital gain above the 250. If it's a married couple, it's $500,000. If they own the property a year and they got 1 year left, they will pay a capital gain, but it's a smaller margin because it's not a short-term gain, it's a long-term gain. So that way you would want to talk to an accountant on what those numbers would look like, but it's only on the gain. So you get to write off all the commissions, closing costs, and all that other stuff. So it's only on the gain. So let's say you have a net gain of $20,000, then you'll pay a small percentage of tax on that amount. but get with your accountant and highly recommend you asking him that. If it's less than 2 years, over a year, you got little to worry about. If you, and they prorate it based on how many months too. So if you're closer to, 2 months prior to the selling, the capital gain is extremely minimal. Depending on, I mean, if it's $1 million, obviously it's going to make a big difference. But if there's a 10, 20, $30,000 gain, sure, and that becomes a long-term gain, the rate of tax that you pay on is very minimal. So get with an accountant on that. And most people will not sell because of the capital gain. Okay. If it's an investment property, you will pay a capital gain unless you do what's called a 1031 exchange. Get with a 1031 advisor to give you that information on that there. So hopefully I answered that for you guys.
Hey, Tom, can I throw something in here real quick?
Go ahead and do it, George.
This is just for everybody's knowledge when you're out there talking, if you're running against open doors. According to the FTC, Open Door promised to pay fair market value for people's homes while saving them money on the cost. In reality, Open Door offered less than market value. I just received a check for $850 or $883 from Open Door. If you're listing a property and somebody talked about Open Door, said, didn't the FCC just get on them because they were way undervalued and they had to pay everybody back? Yes.
We have an agent, I don't know if she's still on the call. She received 2 checks back as well from the Federal Trade Commission. Stated one of the things I had advised George is to call the number on there for additional information. You may be settling a suit by cashing the check versus having more opportunity of more financial gain. It's like a
positive. Excuse my language, sorry.
No, but anyways, I'm just saying, if you or any of your clients ever do get a check, before they cash it, have them call the number on it because they may be obligated to more.
Interesting. All right.
It's
Well,
like an
good to know.
insurance.
It's a great
Yeah.
objection handler for Open Door. Hey, listen, they're going to refund money because they were underpaying everybody, and the the Federal Trade Commission said so. Yay.
Correct. And we're going to see that with OfferPad and Mark Spain and all the others as well. I'm sure they're under massive investigation right now over it. So
Yep.
all right, guys, we got 4 minutes. It's your time. Anything you got to add to anything that was talked about? Any ahas? I truly appreciate Rich's jumping in here because, again, guys, this is not about growing revenue share. This is about growing your real estate business. I know many people who have focused on revenue share and took away from their business and it wasn't working out to what they wanted. So they had to go back to the business. Don't do that. Focus on your real estate business and they will come. I promise you. Hey, anyone, I'm gonna go off topic for a second. I sent Ali a text message and I know he probably was so busy, didn't see it. I'm getting all my emails kicked back because they're saying that all my emails are blocked. Anybody who can help me with that with Google?
Why are you getting kicked back?
CRM Grow, when I'm sending emails out of my CRM Grow, it says, it goes to my regular email, it says blocked, and CRM Grow said it's my email provider.
So you've been spammed. They've identified you as spam.
Correct.
So you probably need to change emails. You've obviously sent them out to people that have rejected them, and that's so they just inhibit your email.
So I need to add a different email to that.
I'm not 100% sure. I was just identifying the issue, not the solution. I don't really know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Just send it to people that want it, not to everybody.
Thanks, George. That really helped me.
Yeah, that perhaps wasn't the best advice in the world. Hey, since we do have 2 minutes left and then you all got to get to work and I got to get to work. Don't forget this because it's so important. Every one of you, every freaking one of you is awesome. You can do anything you put your mind to. There's so much history you have that you've already proven to yourself that if you say it's going to happen, it's going to happen. This is the same thing. Opportunities are coming. This is a golden opportunity. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. Is it going to be worth it? You damn skippy. You can build an incredible business in a down market. like no other. Part of it's being an expert. Part of it's saying I'm going to do the hard work that people aren't going to do. Part of it's saying nothing will stop me. And I know that you've already proven to yourself that if you put your mind to it, it'll happen. The challenge is we are all in charge of ourselves, and that becomes a difficult time. Get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody to hold you accountable. If it's your spouse, awesome. Although Jackie's not on the call. I highly don't recommend that because they're tougher. But seriously, DJ, you might be able to pull it off. I cannot. It doesn't work. Get this done, and don't forget this. God, don't forget this. Everybody that thinks you forgot, I want you to run as fast as you can into your camera. Ready? We are here to help you. So get off your ass. Ready? Go.
Have a great day,
Do
guys.
this.
Hey, by the way, again, next week, Russ Lagan. And I'll get all the content for you, George.
Bill Pipes next week. Bill Pipes coming next week. He's going to be in Orlando, which is cool. That's my hometown. And for anybody that is interested in traveling, let me know. Just message me, workplace chat. I'll send you the information. Bill Pipes is an amazing coach. This is a working thing. So, oh my God, you're going to have to do things you don't actually want to do, like call people. Holy crap.
Hey.
Be prepared to get an appointment. Just saying.
Hey, George, by the way, we still have that discount code that's not supposed to be given out.
Yes, I know. I send it out to everybody in emails. You'll have it. It shows up in everybody's emails because I wanted to make sure you guys had it. And since Tom, I'm the co-host with you, I'll finish with this. Go out and tell somebody you love them, tell them they're important, they matter. That is the secret to database. And you never know when that's actually going to change a life or may even save a life. The people that you know need to know that you care, because you caring is what changes the entire world. This is how database works as well. Don't talk real estate, talk friendship, talk love. It will change their lives. It'll change yours. Heck, try it with your significant other. See what happens there. And as Tom said, do more listening than talking. Don't ever forget, you're freaking awesome and you can do this. And we got you. We are here for you. And I speak for the collective group of so-called leaders who are really just your partners that give a damn. We love you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.